Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream.
Hi, people. Well, I promised to tell you a story about some of the dreams that I've had and the ones that have come true. And this has happened to me my whole life. But the story that I want to tell, first of all, is about my trip to Brazil. I was living in Florida, and on the beach where I used to live next to my friend Cece, the one who just passed away. Oh God, here we go with all the details. I'm a horrible, horrible storyteller. I love to get into details. Anyway, my friend Cece lived right next door to me. And I remember waking up one morning, having had this dream where when I woke up, I was speaking another language. Okay? Now, I had never really studied foreign language. Well, in the third grade we had French, but it was just like a trial thing that they didn't really follow through with. And we didn't have it for very long. I think maybe one semester or something like that. But other than that, I had never really studied foreign language. Not Spanish, not French, not anything. German, nothing. I had no knowledge of foreign language. But I woke up, sat right up in my bed, and I was speaking. These foreign words were just coming out of my mouth. And I was, in the middle of kind of a dream, but waking up. I don't know how to explain that. It was in that place where when you first wake up in the morning, but you're not all the way awake. I don't know. But I was sitting up, and the words were coming out of my mouth, and then I really woke up, and I was like, what was that about? What was that? What was I saying? So I told my friend Cece about it, and she was like, well, was it French? And I was like, no. She's like, was it German? I'm like, no. I said, I don't know what kind of language it was. I have never even heard it before. I said, but I was speaking it just as fluently as could be. So, I lived on the beach for one whole entire year. And as a matter of fact, I suggest everyone take a year by the seaside, if you can, in your life. At some point, take 1 year off by the seaside, and you will never regret it. So anyway, after a year, I moved into the mainland. Still, I was only like 3 miles from the beach, but it was still the mainland, and it's a whole other world when you're used to being right on the beach, okay? But anyway, so this is about a year later, and I'm in my house on the mainland, and I'm having another dream. And I wake myself up because I'm sitting up, and as I'm sitting up, I'm talking again, and I'm saying out loud, why would anybody have a sign coming out of the top of the roof of their house? Why would anybody have it wasn't just a sign, it was a billboard. That's what I said. Why would anybody have a billboard coming out of the roof of their house? And it was like I don't know who I was asking the question to, but I was asking it. And in my dream, I saw this house with a billboard coming out of the top of it. The great big huge billboard like you see on the highway. And I was just like, I remember saying that. And I think I told my daughter. I either told one of the two of my daughters about that dream. And they remember me actually telling them about that. And then another dream I had. Now all of this is, what I'm telling you now is all to prepare you for what is to come, because see, it hasn't happened yet. Or did it? Now that's the thing. I don't know. But anyway, so I had another dream where I was holding my hand out like this, and I looked in my hand, and it was dirt. It was just a handful of dirt, and I said, and And I woke up, sitting up again, looking in my own hand, going, why would anybody pay $20 for a handful of dirt? Another question that I had. And so I remember telling Echo, my daughter, about this, and she said, that day, we were trying to decipher the dream, you know how you do. And I said, or she said, well, Mom, maybe it means you're gonna buy some property, you know, or some land because it was dirt. And I said, no, I don't know. It just didn't feel like that, you know. So, you know, we went back and forth trying to figure out what it meant. And none of what we thought was the real answer. So then, about 4 years from that time when I had those last two dreams, I met this girl from Brazil. She was from Brazil. And she and I became very, very good, close friends. And we went to Brazil. I went to Brazil with her. I took my son. He was about to turn 18, and I wanted to give him some sort of special occasion for, you know, becoming a man. So I've always heard that crossing the equator was supposed to be like a big deal and mark your manhood or something, or journey into manhood. So I thought, perfect opportunity. So I took him and we went to Brazil, and that's when it all began.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.